Little Caesars Arena, what would you change?
Well, we already changed the red seats, so
To
I don't.
black.
Yeah, I don't know how many mulligans we're really gonna get on this one, but man, I don't know. I mean, I think so. There's a lot of things. I mean, you go from a place like Joe Louis, right, which is iconic, and well, it's not perfect. It's just
Had an
there's so much.
aura. Had an aura
Yeah,
about it, right?
it has so much history in it that, like, you didn't mind its, I guess, faults, right?
The
Because
horn, the out of all of the things, the horn the best,
the horn,
right?
yeah, the horn by far was better. Uh, I don't think we can say the horn on this point you can change. I mean, the horn is that's a given. The horn at LCA is terrible in comparison.
Awful. It's a button. The other one was an actual
Yeah, it wasn't like a
nitrous,
recording.
whatever the hell it is. It's
Yeah,
illegal now, whatever it is. We couldn't transport. We couldn't walk it a quarter mile down the road to pop it up in the stands.
no, couldn't do it. Uh, b- I like LCA. It's pretty, right? Like,
It's pretty coming down Woodward. It's got a real. I've been. Have you been to Toronto? Right? Have you
mhm,
seen where they
yeah,
play or
yeah,
whatever the Hockey Canada Center over there?
yeah. Is it Air Canada Center still, or is it something else?
It used to be Molson Canadian Center. I think it's Air Canada now.
Yeah, I think it's
I
Air
think it
Canada Center.
is. But yeah, it's kind of got that vibe to it because you has the thing coming off Woodward. You can kind of see it down
Yeah,
Woodward a little bit, and it's real nice. It is real nice, but man, it lacks. I think it lacks not in amenities. Obviously, I think it's stellar when it comes to like when I look at a business building. But
yeah,
like you go right across 75 there, and you look at Fox Theater, even Comerica, and even Ford Field's terrible too. I don't like that place either. But you go and kind of look at that classic building type over there, and it sticks out. It sticks out. And you know what? I'm glad they got a new rink. I thought they should have did a little bit more the the second Joe or the Red Barn Olympia kind of thing, kind
yeah.
of going with that
I mean,
architectural.
I guess the architectural thing is more what I focus on, and I don't mind how LCA appears and whatever else like that. But when you're sitting there, it just seems like it's bright as can be for one.
Oh, I know. I'm looking at it
I mean,
right
the
now.
entire lower bowl is just lit up.
Reminds me of Edmonton and Calgary. If you ever watched a game over there, which I mean, I'm sure you obviously have, but it's the lighting's weird about it. Like the lighting doesn't match the setting,
Hmm.
and maybe it needs to be a little bit warmer. And I feel the same way about watching a game at LCA when you're there and when you're watching on TV.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like when you used to go, like it was more light on the rink itself, right? The stands were kind of muted and the
Yeah, you're kind of
lighting
out
a
in the
little bit.
crowd and like on it, like you're on a stage kind of thing. Like you feel
Yeah,
like you can't be seen.
right. But I mean, the focus is on the rink, and it just seems like the whole bottom bowl at LCA is just, I mean, it's all the same light quality. So that's something I really noticed the first couple games, specifically when I went there. Um, I will say that like, the concourses, everything, the amenities, the drinks.
Yeah.
I don't think I can complain about beer prices on here, but if that was one, I would. Um,
How much are they? What was the,
it's
the
it's
last beer you bought there? Was
insane.
it above $10 or something like that for a big one?
I think a 20-ounce Bud Light was like $20.
Yeah, and it's like
It,
warm Bud Light too. It's not even cold.
it was a lot of money. Anyways, but yeah, the ice surface though, like you watch the guys play at the Joe, and you watch people talk about the ice at the Joe, like all those people, and man, they would tell you the Joe had one of the best ice surfaces in the NHL.
It was cold in that place
But
though.
that's the other thing. That's what I was
It
gonna say.
was cold.
It was cold. You go to LCA, man, and it's like a balmy like 80 degrees in the
Oh, I
stands.
know. You get up in the
You know,
stands, you gotta shed your spring coat when you go
yeah,
in there.
you're ordering a couple pina coladas, and you're
Oh,
gonna,
you're all sorts of warm when you get in there.
yeah,
Yeah, when you're
it's
3 sheets to the wind in that place though, you cannot see because I'm sitting there like this. You could blind me with floss at that point. But yeah, the brightness, even the ice, I mean, it just doesn't have the same feel. Everybody said the boards jumped at the Joe, and the ice was fantastic, and it's like flipped now.
I guess the question you have to ask is like, are you so biased that you're just maybe not willing to accept it? I don't know,
We
right?
grew up in that place though, right? A
Yeah,
lot of guys grew up in that place, and I took my youngest sister. She's 13 now. I think she was probably 11 at the time, and she loved it. I mean, it was our first ever hockey game, but I mean, it just you kind of miss out because you grew up in it, so you want your siblings to kind of mess with it and talking about. I think we were talking about the troughs and everything at the Joe. Like, come on, you grew up like you're a kid and you're looking around down this trough. No, your dad's like, yeah, just go piss, man. You're good. Yeah, next spot's open, and it's like something like this, this wide, and you go up to these guys, and you're just kind of sitting forward, using your eyes to look around, right? That I'll never forget it. I'll never forget it. But anyways, I mean, I miss the smell. Obviously, you walk in, you smell the pizza. You walk into that Gordie Howe entrance. There was the programs guy had his little makeshift little stand right there, and you
Yep.
got Gordie Howe right there.
Yep.
So, but no, concourse wise, it's not even compared to LCA. LCA's got the best concourse, I think, from what I've seen, and I've been to a couple rinks. And out of those rinks, LCA for sure has the best concourse. Drinks obviously are going to be expensive. Cool
But
thing though is you can come off Woodward and go eat any of the restaurants,
yep.
and then walk into the game, which
Yep.
is cool. You don't even have to have tickets. Well, tickets to get in the game, but
Right.
other than
Right.
that, I think it's all right. But man, I miss the Joe.
Yeah, I miss the Joe too. I do like LCA. It's comfortable if you're not sitting in the upper bowl.
Oh man,
I wouldn't recommend the upper bowl.
upper bowl's terrible. Spend the money, do the suite, or get the lower bowl,
Sweet.
or get the gondola up there. I sat up there once with the press. It's worth it. We had the little tabletops, had the beer cart girl right next to us, and just down at the end was
Yeah.
the Labatt Blue part of the concourse. So that was nice. And there's a ton of bathrooms in that place. Holy hell.
Yeah, that is one of the nice things about it too.
It was great. It's great. It's the way it should be.
But
Much beer gets consumed there. But another thing too with the Joe, you remember those old plastic Hockey Town cups?
yep.
You got your beer foot. I mean, it was like what, $7-8 at the time, which was expensive.
Yeah.
But you got a tall thing of beer, and guys would come down the steps right there, and you're like, what this guy? It's like the fourth time he's done it, and you're wondering, you're just pretty much there for watch him fall. But yeah,
Yeah, I miss the Joe. But number one thing you change, what is it? That's
um,
other than the goal horn and the beer
seats.
prices.
Seats,
Okay.
for sure. Holy, I mean, you see the concerts, whatever. I don't go to the first thing I think of when I go to the rink for a concert is I want to see a hockey game.
Yeah, that's when you kind of get into those. Like they built it for multi-purpose, right? So
Basketball, shit like
yeah.
that. Yeah, nobody watches basketball anyway, right? Especially here, right? They should have stayed in Auburn Hills.
It's just stayed.
Stayed in Auburn Hills, and I mean they lost a lot of season ticket holders over that too, which I'm
Yeah,
surprised they did not build another place for them and just do the concerts out there. Because Palace was a nice place to watch concerts for me, right?
Yeah, Palace wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad, and then you got the LCA now, and then what else? Cobo, TCF Center, but I mean,
I've been
didn't the Pistons play there at one point? Cobo,
long
Long
ago,
time
I
ago,
think.
right?
Yeah,
And you could smoke inside.
the
But
good
yeah.
old days.
Minis are great. What is one thing? Well, the one thing I do like is the beer garden. Have you seen that?
Yep. Yeah, the
That's
beer
gonna be
garden's nice.
When we get into the playoffs in the next 20 years, it's like Toronto. You can kind of watch the game from outside
Yeah.
on the big screen,
Yep.
which is going to be badass.
Yeah, I hear that's where they're gonna put the Blash bronze statue right out in the beer garden.
No, man. What the hell is Ozzy wearing? God, this ain't
He's got a
soccer.
scarf, man.
He's got a scarf on.
But I just want the red seats back. That's all I want.
You like the red seats?
Yeah, I like seeing nobody there on TV.
Well, you can kind of tell now just by looking at the black seats. It is what it is. But,
Well, the funny thing is, like watching a COVID game at LCA isn't much different than watching a regular season game. And
that's
normally
true.
there's that many people there.
Man, remember when it used to be a party? You go to the Wings game, go to the
Oh, yeah,
casino,
it
go
was-
home, right?
Yep. It was
Get hammered, go to the casino, go home, right? Or vice versa. Maybe you don't even make the Red Wings game, but I always made the Red Wings game. But yeah, it's a lot different.
It's really somber inside. I guess
It
that's
is.
yeah. I mean, when you
It's
sit
not
down,
electric.
yeah, it's not. And I guess that's just due to the product on the ice. But I don't know. It's so empty and it's just quiet, and yeah, it just doesn't have that feeling anymore. That's what I miss about the Joe.
I do too. And then the different entrances and stuff at the Joe. Like you could probably sneak past parking because we used to park in the riverfront parking right there.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to the Signature Grill, and then he'd give us our little parking pass for free. Park and then just take the thing over. You just got to go through a couple doors that have to be unlocked by the residents.
Yep.
And they're always willing to party, so they'll just click you in, They'll click you in. You just go down come out there at the Gordie Howe entrance, and then you got to go back to your car because your wife, which is what my wife did, had a purse that was bigger than your palm.
Oh, so you can bring it in?
Can't bring it in. Can't bring it in. It's post 9/11 problems, right?
Yeah, you'll have that.
Right.
Other than that, I do miss the Joe.
Mhm.
I'm hoping soon LCA feels more like a hockey barn.
I want to get back in it.
I want to be back in it
Seen
too.
We haven't seen enough in there. It's
Been in a Wings game
This
in a long
virus
time.
sucks, and the reaction to the virus sucks because, I feel like it's just you feel closer to the team at least when you go to a couple games a year, and for us, doing this Wings cast, it's we that's what we that ultimate goal. We want to be at every game as much many games as possible,
It'd be a lot of
and
fun.
even interview the guys if we can, right? So that's the
Yeah.
plan.
Someday.
Someday, but man, I miss it.
I do too. I don't have anything else though.
That's it.
More trips down memory
Yeah, I
lane.
took that further probably than it should have went, but
Yeah, it was supposed to be 5 minutes. It's been 11 minutes. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out wingscast.com. We talk hockey there all day, every day.
yeah.
See it.
See ya.